Hello there, Chef D Malfi here. Welcome to Plant-Based Made Easy. This is a show that is streamed online that's all about featuring a delicious recipe straight out of my monthly Plant-Based Made Easy cookbook. I write a new monthly cookbook every 30 days, and within this, you're going to find recipes that are easy, healthy, and delicious. And today, on Fridays, we always end our weeks with a sweet treat. So I'm going to be making with you an orange cardamom cookie. These are really, really yummy this time of year because it uses kind of a unique spice, cardamom, paired with orange, which if you aren't familiar with these two flavor profiles, they truly are a match made in heaven. So let's get started. So I had to do a lot of this prep ahead of time because this is one of these cookies that you need to actually refrigerate before you bake off. So let me talk you through how to make your cookie dough. Very, very simple. First things first, you are going to need some high quality vegan butter. Now I'm going to use Miyoko's vegan butter here because I love it. It's absolutely gold standard for plant-based or vegan butter. I personally want to thank Miyoko and her family and her business for creating something that's just as good as the real thing. I'm telling you, if you've never had this, then let me just tell you that it actually performs just like regular butter. It browns, it melts, it is delicious, melted, kind of like just slightly melted so that you can smear all over your toast and your bagels and your scones and your biscuits, and it's yummy. It's really, really good. So check out this stuff. Should say cultured vegan butter right on the box, and it should be at any fully stocked grocery store here in the United States, but specifically and most especially at health food stores. Think Trader Joe's, think Whole Foods, Sprouts, Mother's Market, and the like, all right? So get yourself some of this. You're gonna need about a half a cup of the vegan butter, which is about a half of the block here. And you're also going to want to mix this. You're gonna beat it together with a little sugar. Now, you can use any sugar that you want, but I'm gonna use organic coconut sugar because I happen to love coconut sugar. It's really kind of rich and delicious. It is less processed than regular granulated sugar. They're both pretty processed, but this is less processed. So I like the lesser of the two processed sugars, and I'm opting in for this. But you could use granulated sugar. You could even use brown sugar if you want, but know that that has molasses added, so it's going to add a little bit more sweetness. If you use light brown or dark brown sugar, use half the quantity. So you're going to blend the butter and the sugar together, and you're going to cream it really, really well. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about because I'm sure you've made cookie dough in the past where you've taken a fat like butter and a sugar like coconut sugar and blended them until they're creamy and smooth, yeah? Or smooth as they can be. The next thing that you're going to take is some orange zest. Now, look at this gorgeous orange that I got from my CSA Farm Fresh to You farm box. I absolutely love my farm box. If you don't know what a farm box is, yes, let me introduce you to it. It is a delicious and easy kind of farmer's market delivery right to your front door. You get seasonal and local and organic produce delivered right to you. So if you want my coupon code for Farm Fresh to You, you can actually see it right here. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Natalie. And Charisse, I'm going to pop my CSA Farm Box link right in the comment box. But look at this orange for a second. Like, look how gorgeous and orange pigmented it is. You want to get an orange that is really brightly colored because for this recipe, we're not just going to use the juice, we're going to use all of the zest. So right now you're going to zest up your orange. You really want it takes about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons to get that flavor. The more colored pigment the orange outside flesh will be, the more flavorful the zest will be. And definitely opt in for organic citrus because when you're using the zest, if you're using a conventional citrus, they actually wax the outside of all conventional citrus to make it look even bright and more vibrant and shiny, to make it kind of look like this organic orange. So opt in for the organic if you need the zest so that you don't get any wax in your cookie dough, all right? And then you're gonna take a little bit of this orange juice and blend it together with some flaxseed meal. Now this is flax seeds that have been ground up to a flour kind of consistency. I'm going to show you in the overhead cam. This is what it looks like. You can see they're like, broken up seeds. And together, this with a liquid will create a vegan or plant-based egg. It's really delicious. So you want to add that to your cookie dough along with your flavor agent. So these are orange and cardamom cookies after all. So I'm going to use a little ground cardamom And I love a little ground cardamom in my seasonal baking and my holiday baking, of which I would consider this cookie because we are in November, and 1 week away from Thanksgiving. I love cardamom because it gives you a really delicious floral aroma and flavor. It's really yummy. You can see even, they sometimes will show a picture of what the cardamom flower looks like. That's what it looks like right there. It's really, really yummy. So get yourself some cardamom if you can. And you guys, I like to get the cardamom ground from a bulk bin, like the spice bulk bin area. I usually get it from Sprouts Market, and I can get as much or as little as I want. But just know that it is more expensive spice. So this container here is going to probably sell for anywhere between $8 and $15 for a container. So if you go to the bulk bin and you just get maybe like 3 or 4 tablespoons, you're gonna spend a lot less money. So you want to mix all of this together, and that is the cookie. That is the wet of the cookie batter. All right. Now let's make the dry ingredients. This one's really simple too. I'm walking you through it because I had to do it ahead of time if you're just joining us. So you need a little flour for this. You can use all-purpose white flour. Hopefully it's organic. Hopefully you can also opt in for whole wheat stone ground organic flour if you can't find all-purpose white flour. Both will work totally fine with this cookie. You can even do a gluten-free version if you want, using any nut flours. So I really like almond flour. Even blanched almond flour is better for baking, but regular almond flour works just fine, or any of the nut flours. That would be a really good addition to this. You also need a little leavening agent. I'm going to use baking powder here because I need something to kind of make it puffy and chewy and delicious. And of course, we want to add a little extra flavor. So this is totally optional. If you want, you can add a little Madagascar vanilla powder. I wanted to show you this. This is on my Amazon shop, you guys, if you're interested. I have a ton of amazing spices on my Amazon shop under ingredients, so check that out. But I wanted to show you the vanilla powder because in combination with the cardamom, this vanilla powder is going to kind of accentuate that orange essence. Vanilla tends to do that with other ingredients. So the vanilla powder is just like extract, except for instead of liquid form, it's powder form. You can use just a pinch of this, and of course, a little bit of sea salt. All of this dry mix gets blended and then fold it into the wet mix. So that creamed butter, sugar, orange juice, orange zest, cardamom, all of that, flaxseed meal, all of that goes together, blended together, and it should look like this. You're going to actually have to refrigerate it for about 30 minutes. And once it's refrigerated and hardened a little bit, it will look just like this. You can see that this is kind of like a light cookie dough batter. Here's the cool thing about plant-based baking that I've recently discovered is I've been making cakes and I've been making a lot of cookies, obviously, because on Fridays, like I said, every single Friday, we do a healthy sweet treat to end our week. And here's the best part about vegan cookie dough and cake batter. You can eat it raw, right out. Not have to worry about a thing. Yum, yum, yum. But I highly recommend taste your batter before you do any baking. That is so good, and it's not even baked yet. Yummy. Taste it. So you want to taste for salt, taste for vanilla, taste for cardamom, even orange zest. If you're feeling like it's missing something, now would be a perfectly fine time to sort of fold it in before you bake them off. All right, I think we have a comment here. All right, Cheryl Baker says, good afternoon. The great grandbaby and I are having a snack of the creamy rice pudding from the October Plant-Based Made Easy cookbook while watching you bake these cookies. Yay! Hi, great grandbaby. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for sharing. I hope you like that creamy rice pudding. That was a good one. My mom loved that recipe because she loves rice pudding. I made that with her in mind. Okay, so this cookie dough, it's totally ready. I definitely taste the cardamom. I definitely taste the orange zest, so we are ready. Oh, I forgot to say one more thing for the zest. Peeps, I want to just share this with you. Get yourself a really high quality rasp or a microplane. The rasp is the technical term for this piece of equipment, but it's actually been now more widely known as a microplane that is going by the brand name of a different brand. But I really like Edgeware or microplane. Both of these are phenomenal. I will say that Edgeware works even better than the microplane, even though microplane is considered gold standard in the industry. I got this at a food service show, but you can find these online. I'm going to pop the link in my Amazon shop as well. It's called Edgeware, and this is going to just really give you a ton of zest. So I'm just going to show you really quickly because I just wanted to demo this. when you run the flesh of the orange just down the base, look, I'm going to show you. I did not even didn't use any very much weight to like run it over the blade. You can see I haven't even zested it that much, but look how much it has yielded. A full like half teaspoon or so. This little piece of equipment here is the best. I'm going to tell you that right now so that you don't have to do the searching high and low for the best. This one is it. So just wanted you to know about it. All right, I'm going to pop that orange zest right in. And then now we're going to bake them off. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And what I want to do now is take a cookie scoop. That's what this is called, I think. And I want at least 2 tablespoon cookie scoop. And what I want to do is, it's been sitting out under these studio lights, so the cookie batter is a little bit warmer than it will be if you do this right out of the refrigerator. But make yourself some balls just like this, some cookie balls. Don't worry. You might be thinking, oh no, it's going to be raw in the center. Nope, it won't. Follow my lead here. I'm telling you, this recipe is foolproof, meaning you really can't mess it up. So I'm going to scoop really nice, round, full cookie balls right onto my baking sheet here. On this baking mat sheet, we have cookie sheet. We have a baking mat. Ooh, that came out funny. On this cookie sheet, we have a baking mat. Here's what it is. This is a BPA-free, FDA-approved silicone baking mat. It is heat resistant and it is sustainable, meaning you can use it again and again and again. So much better than parchment paper, much better than any of those other, even cooking oil, because cooking oil adds calories to your baked goods. Even if it's just a little bit, you're adding calories to your baked goods. So I'm going to get an even, I think, 5 cookies out of this, and you're going to get 5, 6, 7. You should get 12 cookies in total. I baked off some ahead of time just to test and make sure. All right, cool. So now these have a ton of delicious kind of cooking fat. We're using Miyoko's vegan butter, as I mentioned. So you might be thinking, oh, well, these are really kind of tall cookies. These are going to be like balls. They're not. They're going to actually fall, and they're going to actually just like really melt into a perfectly delicious cookie. So I'm going to get these into the oven. These are going to bake for anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes. I'm going to give you a wide range there because truthfully, it depends on your oven. I'm using a toaster oven here. I absolutely love my toaster oven, but every oven is just a bit different. The recipe that I have written says that you can bake these for about yeah, it says 11 to 14. So I'm giving you a large range. I think the magic number when I tested this was about 12 minutes, 12 to 14, 15 minutes. Really depends, okay? Depends on how hot your oven runs and everything like that. Here's just a great reminder. This is a holiday tip because we do a lot more baking during this time. Calibrate your oven right now. And what that means is actually make sure that the temperature gauge is accurate to the temperature inside the oven. So here's how to do this. You need a candy thermometer or a thermometer that is just like an external thermometer that you usually put inside of a barbecue or got bangs in my eye, excuse me, or anything like that. What you want to do is you want to put the candy thermometer in the oven. Once it's come to temperature, let it sit there for about 5 minutes, come back and read the thermometer. It should say if your temperature gauge is at 350, your thermometer inside the oven should be exactly at 350. If it's not, you can actually hire somebody to come to your oven at your home and actually calibrate it to make sure that the gas is open enough so that it will actually heat the oven as precisely as you want it. So it's really good to do that, I think, once a year, and do it if you can right before the holiday baking festivities begin. But maybe you already have a temperature gauge inside of your ovens. The newer home ovens do. And so always make sure that you're looking at that to make sure, is it actually at whatever the temperature gauge I set it at? Yes. Okay. Renee asked, is the black mat on the Amazon page? It is. It absolutely is. And you can find it right there. And this is the kitchen in a home oven liner set of 2. This is cut your own size. So it's really, really great. All right. Now let's talk about the frosting or the icing for this. Hi, Manisha. Hello. Good to have you. All right, so we're gonna make a sweet little icing or orange glaze. This is so easy. All right, so to this, I want you to combine the juice of 1 tablespoon of orange. So I just want 1 really kind of full tablespoon of orange. Don't skimp on this. And then about 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. If you want it to be smoother, you can sift it. I'm gonna grab a spoon here, but honestly, you don't necessarily need to if you let it sit long enough. And together, the orange and the powdered sugar will create this delicious, and I mean really delicious, orange zest. Yum, yum. All right, I'm gonna grab my cookies. So I baked these off ahead of time. Like I said, Cindy, we'll get you the link. It's we'll pop it right in there. We'll give you the general link to the Amazon shop as well. All right, so look at, these are the cookies that I baked yesterday. Just take a quick look. See how they flatten out? They look beautiful. Now, here's how I can tell they're completely done. I checked these at 11 minutes. They weren't done. The whole thing was kind of blonde, right? You can see, I'm gonna do an overhead shot so you can really kind of see this with me. All of the cookies at 11 minutes were like just too white, too blonde. Then at about 12 minutes, it started to get kind of a little brown around the edges, which is exactly what you want. And at that point, I felt that they were ready to take out because I want just a little bit of a brown edge and this like blondish, fair kind of like, you know, plain vanilla cookie on the base. I want it to be chewy on the top and the middle, and I want it to be crispy on the edges. Oh, my mouth is watering. Oh my God, I'm so excited for these cookies. Okay, let me grab a plate or a platter here. I think I'm gonna go round plate, which is great. Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to ice these. There's a couple ways that you can ice these cookies. You can just do it with a spoon here, and you can actually just kind of like drizzle on the icing. You could also do it in a pastry bag and actually drizzle it so that it has lines. So here's the fun part about being a part of this community is that I truly, I'm like, love all of you, a part of the Facebook group who are actively posting photos of your dishes. So if you make these cookies, try a different kind of drizzle. You can actually dunk the entire cookie in a really kind of wide bowl of the icing if you want. You can drizzle it on. You can write names of your guests for your dinner party right on it, your family members, whatever. You can do crisscross pattern. You can even take half of this glaze and you can dye it with a little bit of natural food dye. So keep half white and then make the other, let's say orange, or make the other, I don't know, purple, whatever you want, and kind of do like a little swirly swoo. It doesn't matter. I really like to kind of just layer the glaze on and just like, I don't know, just like let it fall. And then I will kind of do this. This is what my Nana Rose used to do. She would just like ice all of her cookies on top like this, and then they would kind of just like, you see that? Just kind of the icing falls over the edges. And I just think it's kind of more natural. It's homemade looking. It's less like perfectly, you know, machine made. It's like perfect. The whole thing is not like coated in sugar, although that wouldn't be bad. But the choice is yours. This makes a lot of icing, and you can see the icing is very thick and delicious. So you really just need a little kind of thin glaze here on these cookies. They're sweet as is. So you could even opt out of the icing or the glaze. Truly, it wouldn't matter. And before I serve these, because this glaze is the powdered sugar, kind of traditional powdered sugar glaze, I like to pop them in the refrigerator for just a few minutes, just so that they harden a bit and they get this nice kind of powdered sugar glaze kind of crust. And then they're much easier to remove from the pan. So these are going to go right into the refrigerator. You can see they're nice and glazed and they look yummy. Into the fridge they go for a few minutes. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, now's a really great time to tell you about our really fun Thanksgiving plant-based made easy Thanksgiving cooking class happening this Sunday. That is November 22nd at 4 p.m. Pacific. We are hosting a Celebrate with PBME plant-based made easy, and we are going to have a really fun Thanksgiving feast. I'm going to show you how to make a 5-course Thanksgiving meal with no animal products whatsoever. These recipes are going to be, as they always are, easy, healthy, and totally delicious. That I can promise you. And what is like going to like make you feel encouraged to sign up? Well, you might be encouraged to know that in this experience, you're going to get access to all of the other people that have signed up. This is going to be held in a private Zoom room, and you're going to get a recording of this class. But the best part is that you're going to actually get a cookbook. In this Thanksgiving cookbook, you can use from year to year to year. And in this, it has a grocery list to get you to the market and back in no time. And it also has some really cool other things that you can look through, like journal writing pages and information about the show and all of the Amazon links to some really cool products. And so if you can't make it live, you can actually watch this at your convenience at any time, because you're going to be sent the recording. But the best part is that I hope that you'll come to this class with some or all of the ingredients ready to cook right alongside me and the others. It's going to be a really fun experience, you guys. And yay, Cindy, I'm so excited that you signed up. I can't wait either. Sunday's going to be a blast, because it's going to be really the first time many of us are going to be in a Zoom room. I'm going to get to see you if you so choose to turn on your webcam. I really hope that you do. And this is my gift to you. I'd love to invite your family and friends to join us. So all you have to do is whoever's in your household, purchase one seat to join, and anyone in your household can enter the Zoom and watch and enjoy the cookbook with you and make the food and cook with us. So consider joining us for that, you guys. 5 courses. Let me tell you quickly what they are. The first, festive cranberry stuffed mushrooms. These are going to be phenomenal. We're going to then move on to a second course, a soup course. I'm going to do a coconut red lentil soup that is creamy and super flavorful and fast. Then we're going to do an amazing harvest salad. Kind of sounds like what it is. It's like all of the most bright, vibrant produce from the season. We're going to pop it together into a salad. I'm going to show you how to make a pumpkin seed dressing that is phenomenal. Then for our entree, we're going to be doing these delicata stuffed squashes with spinach and white beans and this lemon tahini sauce that drizzles right over the top right before you bring it to the table. And then for our last and final course, something sweet, of course, to end our meal, I was thinking I'm going to do this amazing dessert, which I like to call easy as pie. They are going to be raw pecan pie tarts. These are mini raw pecan pie tarts with only 3 ingredients. Seriously, this menu is amazing. It happens to be all gluten-free. This is accidentally gluten-free. I'm not gluten-free myself, but I have adapted to a gluten-free lifestyle because I just feel better when I eat less gluten. So totally, really vibrant, whole food, plant-based living, happens to be gluten-free, and a really kind of a wonderful menu you can use again and again. Yay. All right. Cindy is going to be at least one person that's going to be cooking alongside. So join me and Cindy and some of the other people that are here on the line. If you want to sign up, there's the link to do so. It's going to be a really good time. All right, I'm going to check these cookies. Let me just check the oven cookies first. I want to show you. This is a good stage. You can see they get nice and flat, and they're nice and kind of blonde, right? I want to turn my cookie pan, and so I'm going to rotate it so that what was in the behind can come to the front, and what's in the front can go to the behind. And that's just going to be in there for a few more minutes. Now let's check these refrigerated cookies. Oh my gosh, yum. Wow, these really remind me of my Nana's old holiday cookies that she used to make. Granted, my Nana would do a lot less sugar, and she would put sesame seeds in everything. I'm half Sicilian and half Hispanic, but on my father's side, my Nana Malfitano was absolutely Sicilian, and she would use sesame seeds in a lot of things, which happened to be a superfood. She didn't know that at the time, but we love sesame seeds in our cooking because we have more ties to North African cuisine than we do to like Northern Italian cuisine. So you're going to find a lot of this cardamom, cinnamon, I said that funny, cinnamon and sesame. So these remind me of that because she would always do a delicious, and obviously lemon and orange. She would always do a delicious lemon or an orange glaze, very similar to this. So I'm just going to plate these. I'm going to take a spatula, and you can see they've been sitting in the refrigerator just for a few minutes, and the glaze gets nice and hard. So it's kind of like a little shell over the top. Looks fantastic. Looks so darn delicious. And I like to just plate them stacked on top just like this, right? Beautiful. Come on. Who wouldn't want these orange cardamom cookies for you? Perfect for this time of year. These are so, so simple and so, so good. You must try it. And if you do, please take a photo. I'm just going to place these here so that you can continue to look while I give this a little try. I'm going for the one with the most icing. Before I do, I want to give this cookie a little gratitude. Thank you, food. And we thank you, God. Here we go. Oh my goodness. So good. Like, unbelievably good, Cherise. Like, this looks good. I wish you were right here because I would give you the other cookie. Oh my God. Wow, wow, wow. Geez, these are good. It's funny because sometimes, you bake something and you're like, what? You don't think it's going to be as good as it is. And then you take a bite and you're like, man, there's something about this that's really sweet and magical. The thing that I like about it is that it's chewy. It's one of these really chewy cookies. That tends to happen when you have a cookie that you have to refrigerate the batter and then bake it off later. It gets this nice kind of buttery but kind of chewy consistency. Yum. Hope you don't mind. I need to have one more bite. Yes, and yes, and yes. All day. I will definitely make these again. Excuse me. You guys, seriously. Cherise, bake some of these. I know you will. You usually make a lot of the recipes. If you have loved ones in your house, children, grandbabies, I know that you do. I know that you do, Cheryl. And so I know your grandbaby will like this, but your loved ones, your neighbors, your mail delivery person, make them a batch of cookies. Do something nice for someone. I love doing that. These are so good. People will love these cookies. They're nice and big. They're nice and sweet. And they're so full of festive flavor. I hope that you enjoy this recipe, and I hope that you'll consider joining us on Sunday for a plant-based Thanksgiving. It's going to be really, really fun. And thank you for another week. It was an amazing week 3 of our November Plant-Based Made Easy cookbook. That's this book right here, you guys. If this is a digital download, if you want a copy, you don't have one yet, we are going to place we already have the link right into the comment box. You can download it right there. And listen, if you have any questions along the way about plant-based eating or living, please get in touch with me. You can send me an email. You can DM me, whatever. I want to help you, all right? I want to make cooking super fun for you so that you can feel confident and competent in the kitchen. That is something that I really want for you this year. So thanks for joining me for an amazing week. Please come back for more. We are running into week 4. I can't believe it's the 4th week of November already. We're going to start on Monday with something a little different. I'm going to be making a kimchi tofu scramble to mix up the flavor profile and palette for you because next week we really want to mix it up because I know come Thanksgiving time, we all tend to be craving some of the same seasonal flavors. So we're going to start with something Asian inspired on Monday. Hopefully I'll see all of you on Sunday for our Plant-Based Made Easy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful rest of your day and weekend, and I will see you next time. Peace.